Welcome to Epstein Becker Green's Employment Law This Week podcast. I'm George Whipple. Clarification from the DOL. In 2021, the U.S. Department of Labor released cybersecurity guidance for ERISA-covered retirement plans. Last month, the DOL published new guidance clarifying that its 2021 guidance applies to health and welfare plans. Epstein Becker Green's Sam Nolan is here with more.
Previously, there had been some confusion as to whether that earlier cybersecurity guidance applied to health and welfare plans, and some plan providers argued that it shouldn't apply to them because the guidance itself mostly referenced retirement plans. But EBSA has come out and said, no, this does apply to both retirement plans and health and welfare plans, and both types of plans should be using this guidance to ensure they have best practices in place and ensure they're not violating their fiduciary duties to the plan.
Health and welfare plans may have obligations under the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act to safeguard protected health information. But this guidance makes clear that they also have responsibilities under ERISA. Epstein Becker Green's Brian Cesarato noted something interesting from the guidance.
The DOL stated that the Employee Benefits Security Administration believes cybersecurity is a great concern for all employee benefit plans, and we continue to investigate potential ERISA violations related to the issue. It is significant that the DOL, in its statement accompanying the guidance, refers to its investigation function.
The 2021 cybersecurity guidance from EBSA, now definitively extended to include health and welfare plans, was designed to provide plans with best practices for administering their cybersecurity programs.
This includes both how they run their programs in-house, making sure they have protection set up for the data that they control, and ensuring that they have proper practices in place for their hiring processes when they're hiring or retaining a third-party administrator who has access to plan data.
To remain in compliance, employers should review EBSA's cybersecurity guidance in addition to other steps.
Follow the cybersecurity program best practices and tips for hiring a service provider with strong cybersecurity practices. The starting point is a thorough and well-documented risk assessment, and then written policies, procedures, as well as cybersecurity awareness training. The DOL guidance correctly focuses on supply chain risk. That is, those service providers that provide services to the plan and ensuring that those providers are reasonably protecting the plan's sensitive data, including the adequacy of their cybersecurity insurance. Contract provisions and audits of vendors are a big part of remaining compliant. Overall, to be compliant, the plans need a solid framework to address reasonably anticipated risk to plan data.
Thanks, Brian and Sam, and thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
This podcast is presented by Epstein Becker Green, PC. All rights are reserved. This audio recording includes information about legal issues and legal developments. Such materials are for informational purposes only and may not reflect the most current legal developments. These informational materials are not intended and should not be taken as legal advice on any particular set of facts or circumstances, and these materials are not a substitute for the advice of competent counsel. The content reflects the personal views and opinions of the participants. No attorney-client relationship has been created by this audio recording. This audio recording may be considered attorney advertising in some jurisdictions under the applicable law and ethical rules. The determination of the need for legal services and the choice of a lawyer are extremely important decisions and should not be based solely upon advertisements or self-proclaimed expertise. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.